How's it going? It's another week. It is. It is. Dude, these weeks go by. It's like the work day doesn't go by fast, but like the whole week is the week, the month, the year just flies by. But the day by day, it's kind of slow. It's like one day you're like, okay, cool, we're just doing our thing. Then it's like, damn, a week went by, a month went by, a year's done gone by. Anyways, we got a lot of white people shit to talk about, and that's not coming from me. Okay, that's coming from my white friend. Okay, he said that, and I'll let you know for sure. I think it is. Can we still say that's some? We can say though, right? We can say that's some white people shit still, right? That's not taken from us, right? Like chasing exotic animals and stuff like that. Swimming with sharks. Stuff like that. If you're listening to this on audio, how you doing? If you're watching this and you don't want to listen to it on or watch it, you can listen to it on audio on all the streaming platforms, all of them. I noticed that a lot of my listeners are from Ireland and Germany. How weird is that? Like all four of you. But that's whatever. But we got a lot of white people shit to talk about. Did you hear that? I can't replicate that noise. But before we talk about that, we're going to talk about how 3 days ago I finally got out of social media. Well, I didn't really get out of it, but I was like, it's about that time that I just need to log out of. I did it a couple years ago, maybe a year ago. I logged out of all my social media for like 7 months, 8 months, something like that. And I think I'm gonna do that again, not for that long, and also not. I'm gonna, of course, post these on YouTube and on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Cheap plug. But I want to do all that still. But I think I just spend too much time looking at social media for no reason at all. No apparent reason why I'm on there. Besides when I'm posting my videos and stuff, which is probably like once a week, once every 2 weeks. Sometimes on Instagram I post little videos, sometimes just little ones I think's funny. Just I want to have a little catalog of the videos that just so one day when I'm bored, when I'm 70, I can look back through my life of my creativity and be like, damn, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? I should have been an investment banker. But no. Spent my time making videos like these. But what can you do? But we're going to do all that, or I'm going to log out of there. I'm going to I'm just going to I logged in Instagram on my laptop. So I have to be with my laptop to post my videos and stuff on Instagram and on YouTube and stuff like that, so it'll work out. I logged out of Snapchat, and you know what's funny about this? I logged out of Snapchat, right? And it's been like 3 days, 2 or 3 days, and I've already downloaded Snapchat and Instagram together. Like I downloaded them, looked up Snapchat, downloaded it, looked up Instagram, downloaded it, reinstalled it, right? And just went to look at it again. I was like, dude, what the fuck? And then I found myself going like on my iPhone, like looking for Instagram and Snapchat, like scrolling through my apps. And I'm like, where's Instagram and Snapchat? Oh, that's right. We're logged out right now. Right? We're logged out of social media right now. It's just mind blowing how that's like just when I'm just going through normal life, just normal day. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, gotta check Instagram, see what's up with everybody that I don't talk to. It fascinates me. And I was like, what's even weirder, is I've been putting off reading a book for 3 months. And today I read about 10 pages of it. I know what you're saying, 10 pages. What are you going to do with that? And I read the last book out loud, 12 Rules to Life by Jordan Peterson. Get you a copy for sure. But I'm reading this book, and I talked about it like 3 weeks ago. I said I'm going to put it in the back seat. You know what? I said that, man. I was on social media. I was scrolling through Instagram for 2 hours a night, an hour a night, when I could be reading my book. So I was like, it's about that time to log out. So I logged out, and I'm going to finish this fucking book called Everything. What is it called? Everything's Fucked Up by Mark Mason. Almost say, or is it Manson? It's Mark Manson, because I made a joke that he wasn't kin to Charles Manson. Isn't that his name? Great guy, right? But logged out right now, so if you're snapping me, sorry. which I didn't really snap. See, that was my problem. It wasn't like I was snapping some chicks and stuff like that. It was just I was just looking at people's stories and looking at the discovery page, which I was doing on Instagram too. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing, man? What am I doing with my life? And I was like, you know what? I'm getting out of here. Oh, so last week I talked about how I hurt my toe playing basketball, or not playing basketball. I fell off a concrete or like a sidewalk and like stumped my toe against the ground, whatever, blase, blase. Well, it hasn't been hurting. Played basketball yesterday. I've been bitching and moaning about wanting to play basketball for months since old virus came about. Had my opportunity the other day. But we're playing 3-on-3, doing our thing, right? And my toe started killing me. I was like, oh no, what's going on here? It hurt so bad I could only play 2 games, going to 15 by 1s and 2s. And the second game I was like, hey, somebody get me, I almost said stretch me out. Don't do that. But I was going to say, give me a stretcher and get me out of here. My toe is killing me. Man, I respect people that don't have big toes or that their big toes just hurting. But let's get on to the talk about some white people shit, right? So Cody, co-star on what is it, on Too Far Gone? You can find that every Tuesday. Well, we missed a couple Tuesdays in a row, but sorry. But we'll be back up and running tomorrow. But you can find us on YouTube on Too Far Gone. I think if you search TPAL0059, I think you'll just find anything I've ever done in my life. But Cody was telling me about how he wanted to go paramotoring. Now, if you don't know what paramotoring is, right? Imagine, you do yard work, right? You own a house, right? Just imagine that you just take your weed eater apart, right? Take your weed eater apart, put it in a backpack, right? But make sure the engine can still get air and all that, so you want airflow and all that through the engine, right? Put it in a backpack, strap it to your back, put the backpack on, and then have a parachute launch you in the air, right? That's some white people shit, right? Because let me tell you why. We watched 100 paramotoring videos. Didn't see one brother on there. Didn't see one brother. Didn't see any other race besides white. Right? I was like, well, this is interesting. My friend's telling me about, man, I really want to do this. And I just asked him bluntly, I was like, hey, man, have you thought about if you wreck that thing? And he's like, I didn't think about it like that. Because if you're on a ground vehicle, you're on a moped, a crotch rocket, if you're on anything on the ground, you run out of gas. Oh, you just slowly come to a stop. I mean, you might get fucked up real bad. Definitely people's died and stuff on motorcycles. I think it's like 1 out of 100 and all that. That's your odds and all that. But if you're in the sky, my boy, and the motor fails, run out of gas, what happens? Oh, motor stalled. Oh, we're 1,000 feet in the air right now. Oh, what's gonna happen? Oh, talk about Brokeback Mountain. And that's what all the videos were. It was dudes hitting mountains. We watched a 12-minute video of paramotoring people who were, I don't even know what they call themselves. They're paramotoring, right? And we watched a 12-minute video of them wrecking. I was just like, you did not think about wrecking? That's the first. If my feet leave the ground, I think about hitting the ground. I'm like, okay, how far are we going up, and how far is the fall down, and what if we have mechanical failures? That's a long way down, right? And you know what was odd about all the wrecks that these paramotoring people had? They were all so calm before. They're just, because all the videos you just see their POV, their point of view. If you don't know what that means, but you just see what they're doing or see what they see. They're just casually, pulling some damn strings left, right, turning left and all that, just hanging out. And all of a sudden, the motor cuts off in the sky. Now, You know how it is when you just run out of gas on the parkway and you're like, oh fuck. Just imagine that. Imagine running out of gas on the parkway at like 2 in the morning in a place you're not familiar with. And you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And your phone's dead, right? Now imagine that times 10 in the sky. In the sky? Where you gonna go? You gonna call AAA in the sky? Hey, I'm coming in hot. I'm out of gas, but I'm still moving. What is that word that pilots use when I'm not disintegrating? You know, I'm losing altitude. Is that what it is? I am free falling. Because your car just comes to a stop. When you're in the sky, you come to a stop. And then you come to a fall. And your boy is not about that. And I think I ruined one of my good buddies, my co-star's dream of doing paramotoring. I really need to get my life together. But dude, if you're out there paramotoring, what are you doing? You got some balls, my friend. I've never even been on a plane, still to this day, and you want me paramotoring? You got me bent. They still say that? But speaking of getting me bent, pause. I was just randomly looking up some stuff about weight loss, and I was randomly Googled how many people gain the weight back after losing weight. And I found 2 different articles with 2 different answers. That's what I like about articles, right? You get different answers for the separate articles. The facts are different. It's like one of them said that 97% of people gain the weight back, right? And the other one said that 90% of the people gain the weight back. And either way, though, we're in the 90s and the upper 90s, which is not good odds. And that kind of scared your boy. Not because I think I'm going to gain the weight back, but because it's just like, that's sad that either only 3% or 10% keep the weight off. It's like, how odd, how fascinating, how discouraging is that maybe only 3% or 10% keep the weight off. But it makes sense because I think I don't like speaking or talking for people, but I can see if you're going by like a pattern recognition, I think people just get comfortable once they hit their goal. But I think that's your problem. That could be my problem. That could be anybody's problem where you hit your goal, right? Hit your goal, your weight loss goal, and then you think you're just good. You think weight stops. Weight is a lot like time. You know, you're at work all day and you're like, man, 5 o'clock hits. You're like, bam, we out of here, dog. I'm done. No, you're not. You're done with that. But now you got to go do some other shit. You got to keep it moving. Time's still moving, you know. Just like your weight. It's versatile. Like me on the basketball court. I'll hit you with a 3, you know, I'll throw some dimes out there, you know. They call me what do they call me? They call me Ricky Rubio of the mixed community, right? I'm not so much like a hit the paint hard kind of guy, but I'm dime a dozen, you know. Middle school, I was like the overweight point guard. Oh man, that's a classic. But man, it's just sad that not either 3% or 10% gain the weight back. And I'll tell you right now, I'm going on record and saying that I'm not going to be in. This will be the one time. Well, actually, this will be another one of the times I'm in the minority. If you know what that means, holla at your boy. All right? You know? And another interesting thing I found out. I heard a myth. Wait, I tested a myth. I wanted to just check a myth out. I was like, let's see if this mustard. I looked up a ton of things that was like, hey, what helps with cramps? You know, you get your usual, hey, water, hydrate, you know, bananas. What else? There's pickle juice, you know, the usuals. Then I saw mustard. Then I heard like 3 people tell me mustard's good. I was like, your boy's like, I'm not a mustard kind of guy. Although I do eat mustard on my. Did I talk about this last week? I think I did. Anyways, I was like, hey, I can run 4 miles. I can try some mustard. So I tried it. Wasn't bad. I mustered the taste of mustard. Right? I used to love that joke. Lil Wayne had a line or something. You gotta catch up because it must be mine or something like that. And also, speaking of like condiments and stuff like that, and we're in the food area of my brain of thinking, food ads should be illegal, right? They should not be allowed to throw them Reese's ads on YouTube, right? It fascinates me how I go to a weight loss channel, right, to watch somebody transform into where they want to be in life, weight-wise, physique-wise, all that. And there's a Reese's ad. Or a McDonald's ad. That is disturbing. Disturbing. It's like, come on, man. Can we categorize the ads? But also, I don't know if the people who do the video get to pick the ads, or if they just say, hey, choose me for every ad. Which, at what point, dude, if they threw ads on here, I'll go back and you could put some cigarette ads on your boys page for a while, till I get my money up, and I'm like, okay, now we gotta reconsider my ads. So I understand at a level, but Reese's ads, like food ads, should be as bad as smoking ads, right? It just fascinates me that we'll just throw some damn high-ass calorie Reese's that everybody knows is fire. We know they're fire. It's like people who smoke know smoking's cool. They know what you're getting when you're smoking. That's why smoking cigarettes don't need ads. They got the smoke. And are we at the generation, like, is the generation that's slowly moving on, the higher, what are you, like the 60s and 70s? Is that generation the last of the smokers? I don't think so, though, man, because I still see a gang of people smoking. You go to Huck's. Huck's used to be, well, actually, in Indiana, Huck's is pretty dope. Huck's got everything. Like, let me tell you something. If you're in the Midwest, we're considered the Midwest, right? We're north of the South a little bit, but south of the North a little bit. You know what I mean? So we're like the Midwest, right? And if you go, it's crazy how you cross the bridge. Huck's is a whole different level. They got pizzas and shit and all kinds of shit, right? Full-fledged everything you could want. Nice employees, everything. You hit a Kentucky to Huck's, you're like, what the fuck? Looks like why are there so many RVs? Look like there's little meth lab RVs. It's like, hey, is Walter White in the parking lot of Huck's? And also, man, you go to Indiana. In Indiana, everybody's wearing a mask. Everybody's following the rules and all this. And I'm following the rules too. You hit Kentucky up, nobody's wearing a mask, to the point where I look like an idiot wearing a mask. I'm like, huh, how interesting. I am an ultra outcast right now. It's like, when did this turn? It's crazy how you could throw a rock to another state and it's still really different. Our team's blue, their team's red. It's crazy. It's just a whole lot going on. And if you're trying to lose weight, don't fall victim into either the 3% or no, the 97% or the 90% that gain the weight back. Because the scary part is, folks, who's listening to this? You people in Ireland? You people? Is that offensive? I did not mean it like that. Oh, speaking of which, I'll go out with them. I was walking. I don't talk much at all to strangers or anybody. I still got that little cityness when I lived in Lexington and Nashville, where you keep it moving. You don't talk. You don't see how. I mean, as long as like nobody's got hit by a car. I'm saying like you just don't. You're not just waving for no reason. Like if you're waving at somebody, they just got smacked by a city bus, and you're like, "Hey, you all right?" That's what you do in a city. You're like, "Hey, you good? Oh, you good? Okay, I'm gonna keep it moving." But here in the country, they people talk to each other and stuff like that. But I I just walked by some random person, right? And he said something about those people, but he was talking about like a group of employees, those people, not like a group of black people or Hispanic people or anything like that. He was just saying that, and I said, I just heard those people, and I act like I got offended. I was like, "You talking about black people?" And he said, "No, no, no, man, I'm not." I was just like, "No, dude, I'm kidding," and kept it moving. Was that funny enough to end the podcast? I got a lot to do, guys. I have a lot to do, but I'm gonna get out of here because I don't know how many minutes my camera has left on the filming. Cause we're filming. But y'all have a good night. Do whatever you do, but don't let the door hit you on the way out.